Number two is, let me show you what it looks like in reality. There's two scenarios. Scenario one is that, okay, maybe the thing that we have starts to work, right? So our performance starts to go up. But then right around here, we're like, you know what? Let's do another change. And so we have these changes that could work, but we're always mid another change. And so actually our performance is more here versus what it would be if we just changed nothing. Now, that's if this is under the assumption that all the changes you have are going to improve the business. But what if you're changing things and some of the changes you make actually make the business worse? And so this is when I see these people who are stuck at $1 million a year, $3 million a year, $10 million a year, and they've been stuck there for multiple years in a row. It's typically because they're changing too many things and because they're working on the wrong thing, right? And because they're changing so many things, they never have the bandwidth. They're starting too many parties at once to just focus on the one party that if they can crush it, they can get on the front page of the news, right? And so I had a business that came out here, really awesome lady, and she had been stuck for a while, right? And so she was starting too many new things. Basically, she was always running new marketing promotions and starting new conversion mechanisms because that was the thing that she loved the most as an entrepreneur. She just loved selling, right? And so she always wanted to innovate the sales process, but like the sales wasn't the constraint of the business. She's really good at sales. And so despite it being the thing that she enjoyed, it had nothing to do with the thing that was limiting the business. And when I talked about the thing that were clearly limiting the business, I could see her energy deflate because she was just like, I'm not good at that. I have it outsourced. And I was like, yeah, it shows. And I was like, said differently, I was like, imagine you, and she was like, I pay this person $3,000 a month to manage my organic, right? I was like, okay. Imagine you paid someone $3,000 a month to handle all of the pitching, because she does pitches like one-to-many. I said, do you think that it would work? And she was like, God, no. And I was like, right. There are people who are as good at you at making content as you are at pitching, and you need to be that good at also marketing on the front end. And so the issue was that she never had the bandwidth to even do this because every single month or two, she was changing the conversion process, right? Thinking that this is the thing that was limiting the business. But the reality is she converted about the same amount every time. And she just had to keep working harder and harder because she was getting fewer leads. And so she was getting better and better, but she was focused on the wrong part of the funnel. She was trying to say, the thing is you can only convert 100%. You can't get past 100, and you're never going to hit 100. And so the problem is we need to just get more people in the bucket, right? And so for her, every time she did this, her team would have to relearn new systems. Her customers might get confused about her positioning because it was a whole new wrapper around her sales process and even her product itself. She would start losing momentum because she had these constant changes that were happening. And so I'll tell you, for me, when I look at all of this stuff, and this is what I was talking to her, I said, you just have to accept that some stuff is good enough because it's not the constraint. And this is counter to the perfectionist culture of like, everything has to be perfect. First off, nothing is going to be perfect. And I love Jack Dorsey said this. He said,